Hi there, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to Monday Night Movie. Walt Disney Animation has been around for almost a century now, and like any entertainment property that's been around that long, everyone's going to have their favorites, whether that be Snow White, Pinocchio, something from the Renaissance period like Beauty and the Beast, Tarzan, Lion King. But for me, the answer will always be Alice in Wonderland. Now, Alice in Wonderland was destined to be a Walt Disney animated film adaptation at one point. You see, Walt grew up with the story as a schoolboy and was fascinated by it. It's why in a lot of his early Mickey cartoons and other cartoons, you can see a lot of the inspiration from the original story and through the looking glass. So this movie was destined to happen. Initially, he hired a certain artist to make most of the designs and colors through the film, but he didn't like how the colors came across and thought it was really too close to the book to be set apart. Enter Mary Blair. She was initially just a background artist, and Walt was fascinated by some of the art that she submitted. So he basically made her the head colorist and used a lot of her designs for the movie. It's why the animation looks so good and the colors pop out so well. I would say that as far as Walt Disney classic films, this gets the color palette right and the animation to pop out beautifully. I think it stands the test of time brilliantly. Now, as the story adaptation goes, it's very close to the book. Now, they take some liberties by cutting out some parts of the book that didn't have as much as an impact, which makes sense. Alice in Wonderland, the story, and this film is very episodic in nature, so you can afford to cut out a few episodes or a few chapters from the book and still have the maximum impact. The biggest complaint that most people have with this movie is that Alice is not likable. I disagree with that. Alice is an audience proxy, for the most part. She's not really someone we're supposed to fall head over heels for, but she's supposed to represent kind of our childhood naivete. We, as children, go into these worlds of imaginations and create our own worlds, and this is kind of what they would look like if we could actually see and walk through them for the most part. Now, there is a couple cool scenes that stand out, obviously, over others. Whether that scene be the Walrus and the Carpenter, the Queen of Hearts, or the scene that most people go to will be the Unbirthday song, which, funny enough, was actually staged before they put it into the film. And the vocals that they used during the staging from Edwin and Sterling Holloway worked so well that they couldn't replicate it in the recording booth, so they just used the recording from the staging. Now, this film wasn't held up in the highest regards from critics and audiences, but luckily, it's made its ways into audiences' hearts to be regarded as a Walt Disney classic. And for me, it's the classic. I know this is sounding weird, but let me try to explain a little bit more. Everyone has that movie or property that they can go over scene by scene or chapter by chapter and explain what everything means. To me, that's Alice in Wonderland. I enjoy the story, and I love a lot of different adaptations of said story. But this one is the one that works the most. I think it captures the original spirit of the book perfectly. And I really can't think of another adaptation that rivals it. Now, mind you, I did grow up with the film, so I might be speaking from a place of nostalgia, but it's just, well, I can't really explain it. It just caught me when I first watched it, and I can't help but rewatch it every year. I really do enjoy this movie more than a lot of other great films that other people will point at. This film, to me, has stood the test of time. Unfortunately, it is also the most underrated Disney film ever. I say that because, well, I went to Walt Disney World last year, and this film was celebrating its 75th anniversary. This is the only thing I could find that looked cool or interesting for this film's 75th anniversary. It is a pendant. It has Mary Blair's signature on the back of it and a little drawing of a watch. I don't know if you could see it, but I love this. And it's pained me to not see any other merchandise celebrating this film's 75th anniversary. Luckily, we got a release of the Blu-ray for the 60th anniversary, and it does have a decent amount of special features that you can go back to the well every now and then and learn more about the movie. So if you are a fan of this film, I definitely recommend searching this copy out if you already don't have it. That's not to say that the original Diamond Collection one of this film isn't good as well. I also have that one, but I prefer the 60th anniversary Blu-ray. This is one of 3 films I give a 10. And I will stand by that forever. Like I said, I give this film a 10 out of 10. What's your favorite Disney film? Let me know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Well, I think I deserve an easy one next week. Woman in Gold. See you then.